Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back again.
What's going on, people?
Good day.
How's everyone's day going? I think we're having a day right now.
Been busy.
One more time, CJ.
I said, been super busy. Everything's been happening today, but I'm here. We're good. Smile on my face.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it hot over
What
there?
about y'all? Yes, it is.
You got the
It feels
cutout
pretty
shirt
good.
on, looking all G'd up.
Oh yeah,
Got the tats and everything.
that weather's cooking. That weather's cooking. Oh yeah, just memories from my youth, man. Memories from my youth.
Who you telling? I got too many to count.
Feels like yesterday. It
Yes,
goes
sir.
fast, people. It goes way too fast. So we got an exciting show.
Yep.
Now, full transparency,
Announcement.
we had someone lined up. They're supposed to come through and kick it, but apparently they're not feeling well. So it's gonna be just a regular night, just with the boys. What are we talking about tonight, guys?
Oh man, I say some of everything. First thing I want to say, and I know that again, you know me, I'm always freestyling. Shouts out to Shador Sanders and Shiloh Sanders for inking their deals with their NFL teams through the draft. I know the whole world saw that bull they did to that boy just because he wasn't gonna bend the knee and kiss the ring. Yeah, I said it. They want them boys to kiss the ring. They want them to shut up. They want them to dribble. They want them to throw. They want them to catch and run. But they don't want them to have their own opinion. They don't want them to know themselves.
That was to show them that they're not bigger than the program.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, so
You're
they
not bigger
wanted
than the
to
program. That's what they
wanted
tried to show them.
humble. And
Yeah, that was
when
what they
has he
tried to
ever
do.
when has he ever tried to be bigger than the program? That's my question. What has he ever done or said to make you think he thought he was bigger than the program, America?
Hold up,
I'll
y'all.
wait.
Catch me up. Catch me up. Your boy is sleeping right now. I'm under a rock. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that boy been going off in Colorado, right? Prime time's his coach, right?
They drafted him in the 5th round.
Wow. Wasn't he like a top 3, top
He was
5?
supposed to go 1.
He was supposed to be top 5 off the board in the first round.
I was thinking top 5 QB. You're saying a top 5 pick.
He was supposed
Top
to be
5 overall.
1, 2, 3.
So what happened?
He was really supposed to go 3rd overall. It was supposed to be Cam, Travis, Shador.
And he dropped all the way to 5th round.
Yes.
They dropped him all. They all dropped him. Several teams that needed quarterbacks that talked about how good of a fit he would be, all passed up on him.
They said I seen something today. They said that when he went to the combine, when he was talking, the way he was talking, like he was too cocky and all of that, and they didn't want that, and they had to show him. Basically, like, you're not bigger than the program. That's what it breaks down to be. Calm down, which is crazy. But he's still gonna make his money though. So that's what they.
How many quarterbacks do we know in the past have opted not to throw at their pro day? Or opted not to, or how many running backs or wide receivers opted not to run in the combine? Still got drafted. Still said, I'm gonna do it this way. And still ended up drafted. In whatever spot that they was drafting at, there's plenty of places, plenty of people that said, I'm not even gonna visit that team.
And it don't help that Deion is his daddy.
Exactly.
You know how that is with Deion.
He always been controversial ever since, like, man, he was
They
on the
always
Niners.
said he was too cocky as well. They've always said that about him, but he's a hell of a coach.
Now here's the problem. He's too cocky and confident, and you don't have any dirt on him.
That is true. You got to find a way to silence him, and you can't.
And that's exactly what happened with Shedeur.
They clean. Dion will make sure of that.
Thank you. The bravado is there. Yeah, they cocky. The boy can throw half the field. They talking about he don't have the strength of the arm. We watched a bunch of deep ball. We got the tape. We saw 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
3, as a matter of fact. Actually 4. 2 seasons in Texas State, 2 seasons in Colorado.
My bad.
Nah, you're good. He threw for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, how many touchdowns do you have? Like 40 touchdowns, 50 touchdowns, like crazy numbers.
So then they moved the bar. They said, "Oh, well, nah. It's that he can't make the short throw."
They always find him.
It has to be something.
How many 5-yard touchdowns did he throw? I would say a gang of them.
I think at the end of the day, they played themselves. At the end of the day, they didn't play themselves.
The only people that really got over on it was the Cleveland Browns. Because they did get their starting quarterback at a third of the price or less.
That's a fat discount.
But you're seeing that
the problem is going to be when he takes you to the playoff, the first season he touches the ball, you're going to pay him or you're not going to get him back.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Now he has. You put him in a position now to where he can ask for what he wants to come up. Now you got a problem. That's how that works down. You played yourself.
They kept telling him he wasn't worth that extra extension. He wasn't worth this. He wasn't worth that. By the time he was worth that extension went up over $300 million. You played yourself because you could have signed him 50 2 years before that. You could have saved yourself $50 million if you'd have just gave that man his flowers when he deserved it, instead of making him wait and keep proving it to you over and over again. Okay.
Yeah,
but not just that, but his fan base now is saying that they're not going to buy any NFL jerseys, anything like that. They're only going to buy jerseys and stuff like that from his official website. Other than that, they're not supporting the NFL with it. So he's still finna make some money.
Correct. And that's what they don't like. They can't stop his name and his brand.
And look what he was making with the NIL deals already.
Legendary about to be a thing. Right. Legendary about to be a thing.
I thought I heard something about. I thought I heard something about package deal, where you get QB and you get a coach. Am I tripping, or was that out there?
No. Yeah. No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. No, they're just off. But one of the things that they said was part of the reason why they colluded on passing on him, and I am calling it collusion, is because they didn't want Dion micromanaging their relationship with Shedeur.
You can see how that might be a problem, though, like a conflict of interest, right?
Not really, though, because at the end of the day, he could be their manager. Why can't he be their manager?
That's true.
And
he knows the game.
Why would you assume that he would be a problem instead of an asset to your team?
Because with Dion in the picture, they can't control the situation and just do what they want to do.
Exactly.
That's not gonna happen.
You don't know. Like, he might
but
just go off.
If he's smart enough to know the right way to play, maybe he's already on your page. But you won't even talk to the man. You don't even want him in your building. And you're not gonna be able to hold him from being in your building. Facts are facts. Colorado was in the toilet before Deion Sanders brought him and his squad out to Colorado. And they are back in the mix 100% as a legit FBS team. Contenders. Right?
Yeah,
They
now
admitted that they had O-line problems. They couldn't get no protection. They couldn't get some of the major players that they wanted to come through there. But that's going to change too because the program
Yeah.
got better. When the
right.
Yeah.
program gets better, people start getting attracted to coming back.
But now he has to fill those roles of everybody who's left.
And now, he got to tell everybody. He already signed the quarterback. He already signed like the top 5 quarterback in the nation coming out of high school.
Did he?
Yes. I got to look up that kid's name, but yeah, he on his job. Brother Sanders is on his job, my friend.
Because this is what they're gonna do now. This is their thing now. They're gonna say, okay, well now that he got his squad gone, what can he do? And let's see if he's a real coach. That's what they're gonna try.
He's a real coach.
But he been a real coach because he got them to where they were. How many he got? I think 6. Was it 5 or 6 that left Colorado and went to the NFL?
It wasn't just his sons. Most of the wide receiver core went. Now,
yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6 of them.
Can I get a strong amen for what they do in the Shador by just noting the fact that the majority of the receiver core out of Colorado got drafted or signed? How they do that? If they ain't had no good quarterback throwing them the ball. If they didn't have the actual best quarterback in college throwing them the ball. They've been told you Cam Ward really wasn't the best quarterback. Shador was. Cam was in a stronger system where he was able to be seen more. And their talent set, their skill set is similar. Shador is more on the arm. Cam is more with the leg, with the elusiveness, but still with a strong arm.
Right.
But all the receivers got signed. Exactly.
Again, I think it's an underlying issue because this same kind of stuff keeps happening. Right?
It's called
Called what?
You heard me. Buck
I did not.
breaking.
Buck
Old
breaking,
slave term. Where they take the biggest, blackest Negro that's causing the most fuss or the one that shows the most potential to have some free thought or to be able to take somebody out. Whoever posed a threat, they would either beat them in front of everybody, sodomize them in front of everybody, castrate them in front of everybody. They would do several things to punish them and torture them in front of everybody and break that person's spirit down in front of everybody so that everybody would see that the strongest of you cannot stand up there. And it made everybody fall in line.
This is where we need that buzzer. That
you can exactly see that's 100% what they did to Shador Sanders.
Facts.
And on that note, we can roll on. I just wanted to call that out. It deserves some attention today.
The funny thing is, I want to keep going on this. I want to bring up Shannon Sharp. We were talking about that earlier, but maybe we chill. Maybe.
Okay.
You want to touch that, or should we move on to Eddington's Echo?
I ain't scared of a dangerous topic.
What's up?
I ain't scared of a dangerous topic.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up with?
It's some ups and downs in that thing. I mean, based on the phone calls and based on the texts and based on the call and responses and what we know about Shannon. Do we believe that he did anything unconsensual? I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. But the thing is,
he did anything unconsensual.
He was wrong.
At the same
I'm gonna tell you why he was wrong.
You dang near 60 messing with somebody that could have been your grandchild.
She's 19. He was wrong at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you let her play you. And what are you doing? You're Shannon Sharp. You can have any woman you want. You down here playing with this little 19-year-old girl.
Exactly what he getting roasted about on
Gabby.
On social media.
What's her name? Gabby. You're right playing with Gabby.
Now,
What
I think
Monique tell that man on the thing? Because that's what everybody else posted. We might as well roll over it too. What Monique tell that man? Get you know how to love you old and rub your back and your feet when you come home from work and run you a bath and fix your plate.
for anybody
You
sleeping right
60,
now,
fool.
so that's the
And
chick,
that's
right?
She,
with all due
she
respect
ain't
and
even that
humility.
bad. That's what's killing me. She's not even that bad.
Nah, she's a cute girl. She
She
look.
cute. She's
And
cute. She
here's the
ain't
thing.
bad.
Here's my
Jane
thing.
Doe.
I heard one report say that she was actually 20 years old, and I know that's only 1 year difference, but the teen in 19 definitely exaggerates how creepy that is.
She can't even drink.
Regardless, you
She
still
just
can't even get
graduated.
drunk.
Huh?
She just
You a
graduated.
whole sophomore. You a whole sophomore in college.
Damn.
This man came out of college in the 80s.
Then talking crazy on the phone to her. They just did the way they talking. That was just funny. Gabby, say that again. I'm a choke slam or something. What'd he say?
But here's the thing, though.
Yep.
Here's the thing. There's that lawyer involved, and we kind of talked about this before we hopped on here. That Busby, and he's just been in all these.
He's a fisher. He just fishes.
He's
He's
her
gonna try to
lawyer.
get whatever he can.
He is her lawyer. Yep.
If his name is brought up, I'm just instantly I'm not rolling with that.
It makes you not even want to buy that person's side of the story. Plus,
Right.
there's always text and calls from the other side. The same calls you got, same calls Shannon got. If you were talking to Shannon, he got them calls too. So if there's any alteration, we're gonna know about it because they're gonna sound different. The text gonna be different, the picture's gonna be different, the video gonna be different. They say it's some real video clips beyond what she turned in, but she's refusing to give up the whole tape because the whole video will show something different.
Exactly.
And first of all, wait, so she has the video?
Yes, full video.
What are we
She's
talking
not
about
going to
here?
be able to hold it long because it's going to be subpoenaed as evidence in court. You can't just show a clip of a bit. You can't show 10 seconds of a 2-minute video. The judge
That
don't
makes
want
it
to see
look
the whole
good for
thing,
you.
so it's stopped. Right.
I wonder what's going on in that
You don't get to spin the story for yourself. No, the whole truth got to come out. If you liked him choking you, you cannot use that now as him being aggressive and assaulting you.
Right.
Yeah, man, he a big ass tight end.
But he's a big dude.
Monster. Can you imagine that?
He also 58. So it ain't with so much aggression you gonna have when your testosterone been dipping down for probably about the last 10 years. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure
he might be doing something to keep his up because that man still stays strong. He's still working out. So I know he on something.
He on something. Because he is.
He on something.
He on
He
Gabby.
stays strong.
He big as hell. He has not fallen off. He's like he's leveling up. Getting better with age.
He bigger than he was when he was playing.
Yeah, for sure.
He like wrestler big now.
He has like a linebacker body now.
He be busting out of his clothes. Well, he was a tight end. He always did.
Yeah.
But he's even more ripped up and rocked up. Like, that's what I mean. Like, he got that wrestler build now. Like, he been.
Dude, it's solid. Yeah.
Little juice.
Get his cardio in.
Just
a little bit.
You know, little HGH. Now that he ain't in no sports league,
Just a little.
Sneaking in for a little stem,
I heard.
sneaking in for a little stem cell therapy every now and again.
All you need is a little bit. If you overdo it, that's when it's all bad.
Bench pressing
Yeah.
Gabby.
Yeah,
Oh wow, is that her?
man. No. She ain't a
He said, "Oh wow, is that her too? What you mean?"
Bro, nah, you don't need to see this. I'm pretty sure it's AI,
Yikes.
dude. This shit looks fake. I don't trust anything I see anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to trust it. It is.
That doesn't. They just look like they put her face on that body. Is that just me? Like the
Maybe
lighting.
yes, maybe no. I mean, they said she was
I don't
already
know.
a little OnlyFans model with us. That was also the story I got. You know, when it first came
Yeah, I
out,
heard she was the OnlyFans model, but she don't have enough meat or no bones for me.
Oh yeah. Nah, she look. You know, he on that Hollywood life.
She need like another 65, 70 pounds.
What Skip used to say about his house out there? He got a palatial estate out there in LA.
A fellatio estate.
He on that Hollywood wife. Ah man.
All right.
Woo.
Well, I think those are some interesting topics. But I think deep down, there's definitely a deeper rooted message about society and the state of things today. We don't need to touch that, but I think if you know, like you know what I'm saying. But
and hopefully the situation give his coming to Jesus moment where he maybe he'll take a look and clean out the rest of the crap. You know, he done so much good. He's done so much good. It's called, did you need to go through this scare and risk losing it all?
Right, because he gonna beat it.
He done had to take a leave of absence. You know, is his social media contract in jeopardy? Is his podcast contract in jeopardy? You know,
you better believe it is.
You got to look at that. If it goes down, you better believe he's gonna lose that. And I was informed, or so I gathered throughout my research, that he had one of them Stephen A. Smith like 100 mil deals.
Damn. Let's hope everything works out.
He wanted half of his new deal. Y'all hear that? Because he was suing him for $50 million. She wanted half of his new deal.
All of that.
He already got to give up half for those taxes.
For 10, 15 minutes of fun with a 19-year-old.
And they said he offered her $10 million, and that didn't go well. So now they in court.
But everything, like you say, everything come out with the tape.
Wow, he offered 10
million. Come out with the tape. And if he's in the right, you ain't getting nothing.
I turn around and sue her.
You had 10 million in your pocket. Correct. For defamation of character.
If I was famous,
story and make me look like a monster. Yeah, I'm a public figure, and you just tried to make me look like a monster. You tried to ruin my reputation. You tried to turn me into Jonathan Major.
Yeah, I bankrupt you. I hate to be like that, but it is what it is.
You hear what I said?
I'll be throwing out NDAs or something.
It's not unfamiliar. It's not unfamiliar. She tried to do the same thing Jonathan Major's ex-girl did to him. Tried to spin the story and destroy his career.
Hey.
Thank the Lord. Again, the video evidence came out and everything.
Because he got off, right?
Down a little bit.
He got off? Like he was just in court like a few months ago, right?
They forced a bogus assault charge on him because she hurt her finger in their little scrap over grabbing the phone. And I don't even think she broke her finger. I think she broke a nail, or she scratched her finger. She jammed her finger. Something crazy. Where nobody should ever have to be taken to court over my pinky toe.
My neck, my back.
I, he did not shoot her in the pinky toe. I'm just saying.
So I think with that,
She was.
all right, last word, CJ,
Yeah.
go for it. No, throw it out.
No. I was just saying she was trying to hold on to his personal property, and he wanted his phone back. You're not allowed to hold on to somebody's personal property. If I got to grab my phone, I'm gonna snatch my phone. You should have let it go.
No.
But they made that bogus charge stick. But that's the only charge. That's the only thing that stuck. Everything else she tried to do, was completely denied when it showed him running away from her and her chasing.
I need a big fat buzzer sound, something flashing, graphic, because like that ain't cool. For real. Like we're talking about
that up soon.
We're talking about people's reputations, their livelihood, providing for their family, offering value because they are public figures, and all it takes is one mean-spirited person to try to bring them down.
The whole Marvel universe got held up for like 2 years because of it.
Yeah, for real. We're talking about Kang. And I think perfect segue. Let's keep things moving. Right? We can talk about this the whole show. I know we could. And it'd be super interesting. But we got other stuff to cover. I'm thinking we get into, what should we do? Eddington's Echo? Is that the deal? Y'all want to hear that?
I like it.
All right, it's queued up. So let me turn down the music.
Turn off the lights.
Boom. All right, let me share this. Oh, are we all coming off screen? Off camera? All right, here we go.
Everybody but you, Eddie.
All right, I'm gonna come off too. All right, I'm gonna hit play here. This is one of the new joins from TMH, Terrence Hancock, Eddington's Echo. You can check this podcast on Spotify, available on Amazon. So definitely check it out. We're gonna get into it right now. Or not. Hold on.
Welcome back to the deep dive, where we kind of like to take these deep dives into, some pretty interesting stuff. And today we're going to be looking at choices, big ones, small ones, the kind that send ripples out, and also, we're going to be talking about unexpected abilities, the kind that you don't see coming, especially not in a small town.
Yeah, exactly. Unexpected is a good word for it. We've been going through these excerpts. They're called Eddington's Echo-1.pdf. I guess you could call it speculative history, local history, something like that.
Right. Speculative. Yeah, I like that. And for everyone listening, whether you want to get up to speed on the story like super fast, or maybe you're getting ready for like a book club or something, or hey, maybe you're just curious, we're going to break it down.
Yeah.
Get to the good stuff.
Okay.
So we're focusing on Eddington, North Carolina. And the story really revolves around this guy, Ellis Langston. He's in his early 20s trying to figure life out. And all of this is happening in this, seemingly regular small town. But there's something else going on, something more than meets the eye.
Yeah, it's not your typical coming of age story.
Not at all. So in this deep dive, what we're going to try to do is understand these big turning points, the moments that change things for Ellis. And we got to get a sense of Eddington itself, like the struggles it's going through. Oh, and then there's this whole other thing, this kind of mysterious force that shows up.
Right, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay, we first meet Ellis, and he's at this like major crossroads, waiting to hear about a job, at Quantum Dynamos down in Charlotte. And for him, this job is like ticket out, away from the slow pace, the limitations he feels in Eddington.
But right away, you see how deeply connected he is to this place. I mean, his family history there, his grandmother, Ella May. Eddington isn't just where he lives, it's a part of him, you know?
It really is. It's like Eddington is a character in the story, right? This town with a past kind of like faded glory. You've got the Langston Mill built by his great grandfather, just sitting there silent. It's a big symbol, the town's decline, maybe even Ellis wanting something different from that whole legacy.
And that's where Ella May comes in, right? She has a different view, a totally different take. She's got this wisdom and she really wants Ellis to stay. To her, it's all about community, about making a difference where you are. It creates this pull, this tension for Ellis, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And then boom, things change.
Yeah.
Summer storm, the river's all crazy, and Ellis falls in. But it's not just about almost drowning, like, a catalyst. He starts seeing these flashes of the future, possible futures, like glimpses one after another.
And the way they describe it, there's this electrical intensity to these visions. Like it makes you think there's something more to it, right?
Mm.
More than just your average near death experience. Like, is it connected to some kind of energy? Maybe something about Eddington itself.
That's what I was thinking. So they pull him out of the river, Old Man Hemmings, a real Eddington fixture.
Hmm.
And then Carol Jenkins shows up. She's the deputy mayor, and she's also like a childhood friend.
Yeah.
It really hits you how connected he is to these people, his past, his present, all tied to this one place.
Right, exactly. And get this, even after all that, while he's recovering at Mac's repair shop, he has another vision. Quick, fleeting, but it's there. It's like a little hint that something's changing inside him.
So naturally, Ellis, being Ellis, he's got to figure it out.
Right.
So he sets up this lab, and I'm not kidding, it's in the abandoned Langston Mill.
Yeah.
He's got an EEG machine, strobe lights, even a sensory deprivation tank.
Mhm.
He's all about finding a logical explanation, thinks it's got to be something neurological.
That's so Ellis, though. He's got this systematic way of thinking. He gets frustrated when the visions come and go, and he throws himself into all this research. Temporal anomalies, which are, basically events that mess with our idea of time, stuff like paradoxes or glimpses of other timelines. And then neurology, quantum physics. He wants answers. And he's
Yeah.
not going for any supernatural stuff, not yet.
And then he has this super clear vision. Mac and Big Jim at the repair shop arguing. It's about money, and Big Jim is threatening to cut Mac off. This isn't just a feeling, it's a whole scene playing out in his head.
And what does he do? He acts on it. He goes to the repair shop and makes up this whole story about needing carburetor for a 67 Mustang, no less. They
Hmm.
even give us the dialogue. It's like a little play he's putting on. It's really interesting, this idea of acting on these visions. Does he have to? What will happen if he doesn't?
It's like, what would we do? Right. So he does it. And the thing is, he feels this power. He feels like he can actually control what happens. He even calls himself a temporal engineer,
Mhm.
like he's in charge of time or something.
But there's this other voice, Ella May. She's worried about his experiments, and she has this great analogy about the river. You can't control everything. Trying to dam it all up just leads to more problems, more unexpected outcomes.
It's a powerful message, right? You can't always fight the natural flow of things.
It's like a warning, right? Be careful. So then Ellis gets 2 job offers, Gentech in Raleigh, big salary, all that. And then there's the Eddington Town Council job. Less glamorous, but all about helping his community, fixing things.
And with each job, he gets visions. For Gentech, it's success, but he's lonely. And then there's this phone call from LMA. Bad news, but he doesn't see what it is. It's that lack of detail that makes it so scary, right? He's worried sick about her.
Oh, yeah, totally. And the Eddington job visions, they're not about him being some hotshot, but they're about connection, about helping people like Mac. But there's also trouble. A building collapses, the whole town's struggling. And that bad news vision, that's what gets him. That potential threat to LMA. He's so connected to her, outweighs everything else, makes you think about what we prioritize.
He's powerful. So he turns down Gentech, turns down the big money, all that, and takes the job in Eddington. It's love for sure. And, well, a good dose of fear, too. I mean, he's seen what could happen.
Right. And good intentions don't always equal good outcomes. Taking the town job means someone else loses theirs. Dale Peterson, who's been there forever, and he's not happy about it. Almost right away, things start going wrong. The water.
I hope you guys don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I cut it there. It's getting too good. I wanted to not spoil it for everybody. So if you like what you hear, people, go to Spotify, check this out, finish this up. Like, what's going to happen with LMA? Bad things are starting to happen. What's going to happen?
what are his powers finally going to develop into?
You got to check it out. You gotta go pick one up to find out.
Once you get into it, you're stuck.
Dang, LMA though. We all need an LMA in our lives, don't we?
No,
Right.
So you don't get freaking. So you don't have a lawsuit, 19-year-old, right? You need that LMA to keep you on track,
Oh,
right?
Woo!
Like, no, bad move, Shannon. Why are you messing with all
Right.
them young girls?
I know your grandma ain't never told you about messing with no young girl. All them things the grandmama told him, she ain't never told him to mess with no young white girl.
It's too hard nowadays, man. Once you're successful, everybody trying to get a piece. So,
Yeah.
all right, but
Yeah,
everybody,
exactly.
again,
So you gotta watch how you step. Exactly.
you guys gotta watch out for real, and you need to head over to Spotify and Amazon and go pick up one of these titles. There's too many to name. 19 TMH Comics, Terrence Hancock. Hop on Amazon right now. And if you know what, you don't have any money, it's all good. Head over to Spotify and just check out the podcast, right? You can hear about the stories, pick which one you like, and then go grab that after you save up $1.99.
And if you really are an avid reader, web novel.
Yo, I do. Let me take a second to say, I've been reading, I probably say the last month, just a little bit. It's like that 75 hard. I don't know if y'all heard of that. You just read 10 pages a day of anything. It's been a game changer, just on all levels. You know what I mean? But so if you're not reading,
Wake those brain juices up.
Exactly. Hey, as you get older, see, y'all might be young, but as you get older, you start to change. Your body changes, right? You start getting white hairs and wrinkles. You don't want none of that. And your
mind your
brain,
business.
keep it active. Keep it active. Go pick up one of the books, y'all. So, all right. What's next, people?
Time waits for no one.
Exactly. Time is moving. What you guys want to get into?
There's a couple of things. Before we move on into the movie world, just one more quick sports shout out. Shout out to the Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle, the runner-up, Zachary Razase of our own Atlanta Hawks. Both had very, very similar numbers, very, very similar percentages, and they both came away. Evan Mobley is the Defensive Player of the Year. Dyson Daniels was one of the runners-up. Again, Dyson Daniels set a record. Almost broke the NBA record for steals in a single season. But Evan Mobley is going crazy with blocks, and his team is still active in the playoffs. So, I mean, team record and your team winning 65 games is a big thing. Kenny Atkinson, J.V. Bickerstaff, and Ime Udoka are the three finalists for Coach of the Year. And who is it? Shea, Jokic, and is it Giannis are the three finalists for MVP. On that note, that's it for sports.
Who's going to get it? Shea?
I'm thinking it depends on how far they go. If Denver wins, Joker's going to get it.
Yeah.
If Denver keeps winning, Joker's going to go get it.
Shout out to my Warriors. 3-1.
Playoff Jimmy is a thing.
It is. We love Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely. Now that my Hawks are gone, that's what I'm rooting for.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm excited about? Switching gears real quick. Will Smith. He's been in the news. Hancock 2. Boys.
Ooh.
Collab or something. They're about to merge those worlds or bring them together. You guys hear that?
there is talk of intertwinement, a little story entanglement, if you will.
Yeah.
Long as he can stay away from
And
my
they
girl, he'd
want
be good.
the book. Where we heard that before? Never mind. Oh man, and they want to bring a crossover with the boys. Anthony Starr's Homelander. I'm assuming they want him to be Hancock's villain, which I don't know. My whole speculation on that, uh, I was just thinking about it when, as I was reading that caption. So what if they turn around and develop it? Because they painted the picture that Hancock and his wife, they were like angel-like beings who were down from the heavens or wherever they were from, and they were this immortal, all-powerful, yada yada yada. All right, but if we remember in the movie Hancock, when he got close to her and he got vulnerable, he got shot.
Right.
He had to be in the hospital. They got his blood. They were able to cut him open at that point in time. The first time they had him in the hospital, they couldn't even poke a needle in him, if y'all remember. But when he was close to her and he was weak enough where he gets that damage, he bled. And that would be a perfect segue. You can thank me or just pay me for the idea to turn this into a Hulk like generational. Everything about Compound V came from experimenting with Hancock's blood.
Yeah.
Meaning that he is a supernatural being on that planet that descended to a planet. And now, obviously, this planet is, as they're about to show us, contains real superpower people and people that can enhance themselves. They can give themselves superpowers with a compound V. If you're any a viewer of the boys or a reader of the boys, as it is a comic. Okay,
That
that
show
is
was
on
pretty
paper.
decent though. For anybody who hasn't seen it, I know I watched at least all of season 1, got into season 2, and then my wife was like not really feeling it as much, and then so like I couldn't finish it.
Sometimes
what are we talking about here?
sometimes
The
the boys.
boys. We choose
Prime
what we
Video.
watch by committee. You know what I mean? We both have to be on board. You know what I mean? And then when she was falling off, I was just like, all right. But
I might have
it's good.
watched the first season of The Boys.
Which one?
The first season.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
decent, right? It was good.
It was
I do have to catch up on the last season, and they do have an animated spinoff called Diabolical. That was pretty much just as gruesome
Yeah.
as the
Yeah.
as the regular show, as the live
It's
action
pretty
show
graphic.
was. Yeah, very, very graphic. I was going to assume that was probably one of the reasons why you got turned off by it. Not everybody likes that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, to intertwine it and bring Hancock into the picture.
Yeah. What are your thoughts there?
That's,
Is this a good move? Bad
that's
move? Is it?
That's
What do
a
y'all
smooth
think?
way to revive a franchise that had kind of died away with any thoughts of sequels kind of when the pandemic happened. There was a lot of stuff that was in the works that got shut down during the pandemic a few years back. So I think a lot of this, people are starting to try to revive their ideas now that life has gone back to normal, or whatever semblance of normal you have over these last few years. Things are back open. We're back out in the public. Nobody's required to wear their mask permanently or stay, so far away from people that you can't shake hands, things like that. Everybody's back in normal distances and taking regular, normal human precautions. So now that we're back there for the last few years, I'm starting to see where a lot of people are having these same ideas come back. This stuff was just sitting there in the files on their computers, on their hard drives. It was just sitting, right? And This is a capitalist economy.
See, I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that because there's been such an emphasis on sequels. Like if it's not an existing IP, intellectual property, like a Super Mario or, what else? Saved by the Bell, whatever show, Living Single, different world, like whatever it is. If it's not a reboot or sequel, like people aren't feeling it. And I think for me, I want to see something outside the box. I want to see some new stuff. And my sequels too, right? There's a place for it. But when it's 100% all sequels, I think that's where I feel like, all right, they just being lazy. Like it's just a
history repeats itself. They just take something from back in the day and remake it.
Yeah.
There is an original movie that's circulating right now. I mean, it's a horror story, kind of, sort of. I don't know. My gut feeling is it kind of reminds me of From Dusk Till Dawn, right? And it's doing very, very well. Yes, sir. Shout out to Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Miss Wumi. I don't want to mispronounce your name, love. I apologize, Miss Wumi. Hopefully, I said that right. Haley Steinfeld, and a whole host of other people. Omar Benson Miller, Delroy Lindo. That thing star-studded, man. And it's rolling. No matter how much negative press certain people try to give it, because it's been catching hate ever since it dropped. And it's already set to exceed and probably really, really skyrocket past its budget projections, So congratulations yet again to Ryan Coogler and his squad, his whole cast of people. You know what I mean? On another job well done. That man been breaking barriers ever since he started, right? He did he's got Fruitvale Station under his belt, he's got Creed under his belt, he's got
Oakland, baby.
He's got Black Panther under his belt, and now this.
And they've been working together on all the movies.
I love that.
I think this is our next Spike Lee. I think we found our next Spike Lee and Denzel, man, in Coogler and Michael B. Yeah.
I like MBJ for sure. It's exciting to see.
He's got that same type of charisma, man. He's got that same charisma, right? And he's already displayed the wherewithal to play a multitude of a level of character, right? He's already been a comic book character and already had to get crazy swole, alter his body to play Killmonger. He had to get swole and in condition in another way to play Adonis Creed. You know what I mean? He's been acting since he was a little kid. He was like a little 12, 13-year-old on The Wire.
Wow. Is that when he got his start? The Wire? So many people were on that. I didn't watch that one, but
there were so many people that got big off of that. Idris Elba, shout out.
Hey, hell yeah.
Yep. Idris Elba first got known as Stringer Bell, baby.
He's made a nice little career for himself.
Yep.
He's doing.
Yes,
he just got the right voice, and then he's in all these animated. Man, all right. I'm still watching kid movies, right? Because I got my 5-year-old. Man, he's been in like every single kid movie. Man, he got the perfect voice, the perfect delivery, perfect tone.
Exactly. He's Knuckles.
Yeah. But speaking of sequels, how about Predator? Anybody hyped about that? That was one of my favorite movies from the 80s. So if they're going to revive something, like,
they've tried it many times. They brought the Predator back to where the Predator was fighting high school kids. I've seen one like the Predator for real. Like there's been so many of them now. Like come with a good one.
Now when they began to break down and do the Alien versus Predators, it was like they found another niche where they brought the excitement back. man, I can tell you, even though all the Predators were pretty good, I ain't gonna lie, they all got a certain level of good, to them, right? But I mean, it's a reason why Schwarzenegger was Schwarzenegger back in the day, bro. Like, nothing is gonna capture that appeal of this swole muscle man, military, camouflage in the jungle, commando Rambo, basically just going up against this alien dude who's got the extra tech and the extra firepower and the extra strength and wherewithal to really tear you to shreds, and you in a survival battle in the jungle against them. And you setting the log traps and the spike traps and you hiding in the mud and you ducking his heat sensors because you had to figure it out. This man's rolling around invisible camouflage. Come on now. Come on now. Schwarzenegger had to go to battle against this dude for the first time. And see, that's the thing too. It was there. I mean, it's like DMX's first album. It's like it's like the first Drake. It's like the first man. Sometimes that when it's original, you just sometimes you just the first time Drake dropped an album changed everything. But I mean, he's done a lot of great things. But what I'm saying is sometimes the appeal of that it never world again like it does the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I don't know about Drake.
We like all the diehards. I mean, everybody got their opinion. Pick your own artist. Snoop. The first Snoop, man.
I get hung up on that kind of stuff, man. I'm just saying, like it's like check, Drake. No check.
Man, I'm just throwing out examples.
I feel you.
Nothing hits hard. I mean, just think about it, man. The first time you taste Grandma's sweet potato pie, it blew your top off. And you gotta have it every time. But the second, the third time, you're accustomed to it. You love it. It's still just as good, but you're already expecting that good.
See, I never watched any of the sequels though, but I'm hearing they're decent. Because you're right, I completely forgot about that. They had the Predator 2, and then I think they had Aliens versus Predator and all that.
Mm-hmm. They've gone deep into the Predator saga. Right? They've gone deep into the Predator saga. But which one of them brought the same chef's kiss of you are one ugly puppy? See, y'all don't even remember that line. Y'all got to go back and do your research.
I'm curious for all
the people out there. Told him how ugly he was before he beat him.
I'm sorry, man. I missed that. My bad. But hey, real quick question for everybody. We're getting more folks tuning in. What sequel are you most excited about? If you get to this part and you're down, put it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know what you're excited about. That way we can engage. We might bring it on and talk about it on the next one. You know what I mean? So what sequel are you most excited about, either coming out this year, coming out next year?
One of my tops is Karate Kid Legend.
Karate Kid?
Yep. Now that they've done the Cobra Kai thing and had such great success, they're also bringing that back into the movie. We get Daniel-san back on the big screen. I'm very excited about that.
Daniel-san. Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
I always like Johnny more. I'm not going to lie. I think just growing up.
Unfortunately, they're saying he's not going to be in it. But respect. Respect to Johnny for having such a big role in Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Good for him. Seriously. So, all right, we only have a few minutes.
I never got into Cobra Kai like that.
Really?
Mm-mm.
You got to check it out.
I probably watched like the first season after that. Like, I never really got into it.
I was going to say the first 2 to 3 seasons, I think, were decent. Like, how many seasons are there now? Because they just dropped the season like 6 months ago.
want to say there's like 5 or 6 of them now. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's over. I think they finally concluded it. They're not doing it anymore. That's the end of it. And then
Yeah.
they're going back to the team. And
I think
Danielson and Mr. Han are going to be training a new team.
I think it's about time to let that thing rest, right? You know, man, if you had 5 to 6 seasons, you can only do so many. Like, oh shoot, big tournament. Oh man, our
Yeah,
dojo, their dojo. Like, all right, it's played out. So I like the
right.
movie though. Close it up, let this rest, and then maybe in another 10 years they'll drop another one.
Exactly.
Jackie Chan.
Didn't I see something about what is it, The Running Man?
I thought I heard something about that.
It's supposed to be now that's a movie. I used to love that movie.
Glenn Lewis is his name. Glenn Lewis. Starting to get really popular. Young up and coming. I do believe he is making that. And Voltron.
Voltron,
They
yeah.
secretly filmed Voltron behind our backs without telling anybody. And they're
So
already
real quick,
finished filming.
this is Running Man. I'm a little bit late, but yeah, this is the guy you're talking about, right? This guy's starting to come up. I'm seeing him a lot more right now.
Like that used to be one of my favorite movies from back in the day.
Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell is his name. Right? I said Lewis, and that Glenn Lewis is a singer.
Wait, remind me about Running Man. I remember watching this. This was one of my good movies.
So
But
they lock him
what's the
up
premise?
and send them out into the game basically, and they gotta survive.
Futuristic, yeah.
Okay.
And it was a way of giving prisoners, I guess, a chance to
To live, freedom for their but nobody ever got their freedom.
Because I was thinking about Total Recall. That's the one like on Mars or alien planet.
Total Recall was, hey, you know what though? Total Recall was good
They
too.
already
I used to
did
like that as well.
That's what I'm saying. There's some.
And I wasn't really mad at the remake. They already did remake that. Colin Farrell was in there.
Yeah, was that good?
Total Recall?
That was a few years ago. Yes, man, it was actually pretty good. And I think Kate Beckinsale.
I might have to check that out. I don't remember Total Recall.
Yeah, you missed a little secret treat, man. If you never caught that, Colin Farrell.
All right, I'm gonna check that out. Hey,
Total Recall.
We still gotta watch that Tetris movie though. Who watched that?
Yeah.
Tetris movie. You guys watch it?
I hadn't knocked that off the list yet. I have not knocked that off the list yet, but it's coming.
We gotta watch that one. But hey, I'm all over the place right now. All right, let's keep things focused. Voltron. All right, so they filmed it. They basically just filmed it. Nobody knew until the big announcement. Is that the deal?
That was what I got. I mean, by the time we saw any visuals of it, they were talking about how they were pretty much done filming and showing Henry Cavill's face. Just in case anybody thought that was a little too far away to see. If you need to get a little closer, yeah. Ooh,
this is it?
Look at the visuals over here. Yeah.
That looks sick.
That looks killer.
That's that Unreal, ain't it?
Yeah, that doesn't look like Dylan O'Brien, I know.
Brie Larson, is that Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
That's Captain Marvel, right? Yeah.
And that's Bryan Cranston there. Little Heisenberg. Oscar Isaac. This he's looking like AI visuals now.
Wait.
I wonder if this is a fan casting that we just caught wind of.
Is this for real? This is not official, huh?
This particular set doesn't look like it. No. This just looks like really high quality fan casting AI.
Yeah, that something definitely looked off with those things. Okay, but this has Henry Cavill though, right? So is this one more legit?
Let's see what that is up there. Is that a real trailer up above that? Uh-oh. I was about to say, are we gonna get it to play?
Okay, I think this looks more legit.
Mm. Ah, that's a scene from Transformers.
Okay, so
This
this
is fan
isn't
made
real.
too.
Fan made.
That ain't
I'm
real
sorry.
either.
Sorry, y'all. That's my fault. But
Had us for a minute there.
All right.
gotcha.
We're happy to play Mythbusters out there. So we need to keep doing the research. Is Voltron real, or is it just missing the rumor mill?
That could be some very clever marketing.
Yeah.
Plant a little seed, get some birds talking, some birds chirping, and then all of a sudden it's everywhere,
Absolutely.
catching, and now everybody talking about it.
We will continue the research.
I'm gonna go to Reddit real quick and just throw that in. It's saying 4 months ago, live action Voltron with Henry Cavill, and that they've begun filming.
4 months ago?
Someone's comment said, "Dude's an everything nerd." Henry Cavill, because he's in what? He's in Spider-Man. What's that one? Like where he's a killer? Like from a video game. It was a Netflix show. Something nice.
What was that?
I don't know. Like
well,
Dungeons
I mean,
and
he's the Witcher. The Witcher. You're thinking about the Witcher.
Yeah, Witcher. Yeah.
Which was cold. But he only did what, 1-2 seasons of that, and then he slid out of there.
I think they replaced him, right?
Yeah, they replaced him, and his replacement's not bad. You know, it still looked like a pretty decent show.
Yeah. All right. What else you guys got? Is that it? What else you got?
Not a whole lot that we can't save until the next episode. We are coming up on our hour.
Yep.
Man,
all right.
Time go by fast.
Yeah. Any last words? Get it in now.
Eddington's Echo. Pulse on TikTok. Get everything TMH Comics on Amazon, Spotify, and start looking for us on Web Novel. Again, it ain't but $1.99. You spend more than that at the gas station on chips and beer. So just hold $2 and check us out. You will not regret it. Amazon, Spotify, Web Novel, YouTube. See y'all next Tuesday for another Light Talk podcast. I'm CJ the Beat Guy.
I'm Gorilla.
That's Gorilla. And I'm Eddie. Hey, want to also say appreciate all of y'all. I know that there's, again, a lot of folks coming in. We appreciate your support. Please continue to watch, like, and subscribe, and continue to engage with us. We want your comments. We got a nice thing going here with us, but hey, we can include y'all. So please continue to engage us. Let us know what you guys want to see, what you want to hear. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support. T? All right. Great show, fellas. Appreciate you guys. Again, to all the listeners, appreciate you guys also. We'll catch you guys next week.
Just like that, we're out.